Hello grade 3, how are you? In this video inshallah we are going to revise the adaptation topic. In the last video we talked about the habitat, and we said that habitat is a place where the animals live in. For each animal to live in its habitat, there must be something in its body that help it to live in this habitat. Like for example, the desert habitat it's a very hot habitat. So the animals live in the desert must have something in their bodies that help them to live in this hot habitat, and we call those things adaptation. Adaptation is the way the body helps to live in its environment. Like for example, the fish. Fish live in the sea. We cannot live in the sea as we do not have the adaptation of living in the sea. But the fish have gills by which it can breathe in water, fins, tail to swim in water, and also its boat-shaped body help it to swim in the water. Even the monkey, which live in the jungle and love jumping over the trees, it has a very long tail and legs and hands to jump, which help them to jump over the trees. Polar bear, which live in the polar region, it has a very thick layer of fur and fats that help it to feel warm in this cold weather, as well as its body. It's a white body, the same color of the snow, which help it to hide from enemies, and we call this camouflaging. Penguin live in the polar regions, and it also have a thick layer of feather, which help it to feel warm in the polar areas or in ice. The rabbit have a very long ear to hear well. Deer have eyes at the size of their head to see well. Camels, as it live in the desert, which is very hot habitat, and there is no much food and water, so it has hump, and this hump help it to store food and water for energy, and padded feet, so it can walk on the sand without sinking, and double eyelashes to protect its eyes from the sand. Let's answer a sheet about the adaptation topic. But before answering the sheet, let's see our revision sheet, which we already took in grade 2, but I gave it to you or send it to you just as a revision. Write down the habitat of each animal and color the body part which help it to adapt to its habitat. Here we have this fish. What is the habitat of this fish? We have to write it here. It's the sea. Fine. And what is the adaptation of the fish to live in the sea? It has fins, tail to swim, and even its boat-shaped body, and gills to breathe under the water. We have to color that and write about it in this area and write the habitat here. See the other animal? The polar bear, the white bear, which live in the polar regions, and its adaptation to live in this, its fur, which keep it warm, and its claws to catch fish from the sea. Camel habitat, desert. Adaptation, hump to store food and water, padded feet to walk on sand, double eyelashes to protect its eyes from sand, and rough mouth or hard mouth so it can eat cactus without being hurt. You can complete the sheet on this way. Another worksheet on the habitat and adaptation. Complete this sentence using the words below. A is a, where an. We have lives, habitat, place, animal. A habitat is a place where an animal lives. Here we have the desert habitat and we have the desert tortoise or horse-field tortoise. Desert is hot in day, cold at night, sandy with some plants. I am good at living in the desert because we have to write about the adaptation. Because I'm covered with shell, which is protecting my body from hot weather, and I have a rough, hard mouth so I can eat the desert plants. Crested gecko. Crested gecko live in rain forest, always warm and wet, lots of insects and fruit to eat. So I'm good to live in the rainforest because there are lots of insects to eat, as the gecko eat insects, and lots of trees to hide. Rabbit. Rabbit live in grassland, or we can say farm. Lots of grass for animals to eat, some rain, not too hot or cold. So the rabbit saying, I'm good at living in grassland because there are lots of grass to eat and there aren't so much hot or cold, so this place is suitable for me. I will upload this sheet for you so you can answer it. Thank you for listening to the video, and bye bye.